Hello student, now in this video we'll see the chapter number 3, Exercise 3.2. Now in this video the examples depending on the trigonometry functions of the allied angle. I hope that you will understand all the problems depending on the allied angles. Now we'll see the exercise 3.2. Now some basic concept again I am repeating here. X-axis, y-axis. P is a point in first quadrant. The terminal making an angle theta with the x-axis. OP is equals to R. R is equals to in root of x square plus y square. Now we will define terminal makes an angle theta with the x-axis. Therefore, sin theta is equals to opposite side upon hypotenuse. It is y upon r. Cos theta is adjacent side upon hypotenuse. Tan theta is equals to opposite side upon adjacent side, and that is nothing but sin theta upon cos theta. Again, the reciprocal of sin theta is the cosec theta, which is y upon r. Sec theta is the reciprocal of cos, is r upon x, and cot theta is x upon y. These formulas you have to remember. Now the values of sin theta, cos theta, tan theta at 0 degree. Now see this here. The point P is in the first quadrant, but when an angle is 0 degree, then what will happen? That is a point P, xy, OP is the terminal that makes an angle of 0 with the x-axis. Now here distance r is equals to x and y is equals to 0. Therefore, at 0 angle, the values of trigonometry functions now first is sin theta. The definition of sin theta is y upon r. The value of y is there 0, that is a 0 upon r. Overall, it is equals to 0. Next, this is the sin 0 is 0. Now next is reciprocal of sin is a cosec. Cosec 0 means what? 1 upon sin 0. That is 1 upon 0, which is not defined. Therefore, cosec 0 is not defined. Cosec 0 is not defined. Sin 0 is 0 and cosec 0 is not defined. Now the next is cos theta. The value of cos theta, or the definition of the cos theta, is equals to x upon r. Now when the angle is 0, that is the cos of 0 is equals to x is equals to r upon r. that is equals to 1. When the terminal is on the x-axis, then the value of r is equals to x. Therefore, cos of 0 is equals to 1. Now next, the reciprocal of cos is sec. Therefore, sec of 0 is equals to 1 upon cos 0, and that is equals to 1 upon 1 and is equals to 1. Therefore, sec of 0 is equals to 1. Now next is tan theta is equals to y upon x. Now here tan 0 is equals to y is 0 here, that is 0 upon x, or that comes 0. Therefore tan of 0 is 0. Now we'll find out the value of cot 0, and the cot of 0 is equals to 1 upon tan of 0, and that is equals to 1 upon 0, which is not defined. Therefore cot 0 is equals to not defined. Now next is these are the values of the trigonometric functions for the angle 0. Now next we'll find out the values at pi by 2, which is 90 degree. When theta is equals to 90, point P is on the y-axis, whose coordinate is a 0, y, and the value of r, here r is equals to y and x is equals to 0. Now the values sin 90 is equals to, or the sine of theta is equals to y upon r. Here y and r both are the same, that is y upon r, that is r upon r. Therefore that is equals to 1. Therefore sin 90 is equals to 1. Now in this case the terminal and the y coordinate have the same values. Now next is cosec 90, the reciprocal of sin 90, and sin 90 is 1. Therefore it is a 1 upon 1, that is equals to 1. Therefore cosec 90 is equals to 1. Now the next, now point P is 0 y, y is equals to r, cos of 90 is x upon r, that is equals to 0 upon r, and that's why cos 90 is 0. But what about the sec 90? Is 1 upon cos 90, that is 1 upon 0, which is not defined. Cos 90 is 0 and the sec of 90 is not defined. Therefore next is sec of 90 is equals to not defined because it is 1 upon 0. Next is we will find out the values of tan 90. Therefore, tan 90 is equals to y upon x. But here the value of x is 0. Therefore, any number upon 0 is not defined. And cot of 90 is x upon y. But x is 0. 0 upon y. That is equals to 0. Which is the reciprocal of, that is the 1 upon tan of 90. And 1 upon nd, that is equals to 0. Therefore, tan 90 is not defined and the cot of 90 is equals to 0. Now next angle is pi, means 180. Now when the terminal is on the negative x-axis, that is the point P x comma 0. Now in this case again r is equals to x. The value of r is equals to x, but r is positive. But when we'll take the value of x is negative and r is positive because it is in terms of the magnitude. Here the terminal is making angle 180 and it is termed as the pi. That is a 2 times pi by 2. Or it is a 4 pi by 4. Now the point P is on the x-axis. Here x is equals to r, x is negative, and the value of x is equals to r. Now we'll define the basic definition, that is sine of 180. That is sine of pi is equals to y upon r. Now what is the y there? Y is 0. Therefore 0 upon r is equals to 0. Therefore sine of phi is equals to 0. Sine of 180, sine of pi is equals to 0. Now next is the reciprocal of sine, that is a cosec pi. That is 1 upon 0, which is again not defined. 1 upon 0 is not defined. Therefore sine of 0 is 0 and cosec 180 is not defined. Therefore cosec 180 is not defined and sine of 180 is equals to 0. Now the next, define the value of cos of 180, which is on x-axis, theta is equals to 180, or pi. X is equals to r. Therefore cos of 180 is equals to x upon r. X is negative, therefore minus r upon r, and that is equals to minus 1. R is in magnitude. Both of them have the same magnitude, but in case of the x we take the negative sign. Therefore cos of pi is equals to minus 1. Also sec of pi is equals to 1 upon cos of pi, and that is equals to sec of pi is equals to minus 1. Now next value we will find out for the tan ratio. That is a tan of 180 is equals to y upon x. y upon x. But the value of y is 0, therefore tan of 180, that is equals to tan pi is 0. And the next is cot of 180. That is cot of 180 or cot of phi is 1 upon tan of pi, that is 1 upon 0, which is again not defined. Therefore, cot of 180 is not defined. Now we'll take the next angle, that is a 270. 270 means what? 3 pi by 2. Cot of 180, tan of 180. That is the next angle. Now see this, the terminal is on the negative y-axis. The point P, whose coordinate is 0, y, making an angle of, that is pi by 2 and pi by 2. All this makes 3 pi by 2. Therefore, we'll find out the values of trigonometric functions when theta is equals to 3 pi by 2. Here y is negative, but in magnitude y is equals to r. Therefore, sine of 3 pi by 2 is equals to sine theta is equals to y upon r. That is a minus r upon r, that is equals to minus 1. Sine 90 is plus 1. And cos of sine of 3 pi by 2. Sine pi by 2 is 1. Sine of 3 pi by 2 is minus 1. That is now cosec 3 pi by 2, that is equals to minus 1 upon minus 1, and overall cosec 3 pi by 2 is also minus 1 there. Therefore cosec 3 pi by 2 is equals to minus 1. The next value is cos of 3 pi by 2, that is a cos of 270. That is a cos of 3 pi by 2. Cos is again x upon r. And the value of x on the y axis is 0, that is 0 upon r, that is equals to 0. And what about the sec of 3 pi by 2? That is 1 upon 0, which is not defined. Therefore, cos of 3 pi by 2 is 0 and sec of 3 pi by 2 is not defined. These are the values. Next, tan. That is, we'll take the angle as 2 pi. That is, angle 2 pi is the same as the values of the trigonometry functions at 0 degree. Therefore, sine of 2 pi is equals to 0, cos of 2 pi is 1, tan of 2 pi is 0, and in this way we can find out their reciprocals also. Now next, trigonometry functions of allied angles. Now what is meant by the allied angles? The allied angles, if sum or difference of sum or the difference of measures of two angles is either 0 or integral multiple of pi by 2, then these angles are said to be allied angles. Therefore, now see this table. This is very important table. Angles is in the row and the trigonometry functions by taking to the column. What are the angles? The angles are minus theta, pi by 2 minus theta, pi by 2 plus theta, pi minus theta, and next is 2 pi minus theta, pi plus theta, two pi minus theta, and 2 pi plus theta. Now pi by 2 minus theta. Now you see the first trigonometric ratios. That is a sin theta, cos theta and tan theta. Now you can find out their reciprocals by using this. Now see this, sin of minus theta is a minus sin theta. Always I say that sin reflect the negative sign, therefore it is a minus sin theta. Cos of minus theta is cos of minus theta, cos absorb the negative sign. Tan of minus theta is a tan reflect the negative sign, that is a minus tan of theta. Whenever the angle pi by 2 minus theta, the function changes, sin become cos. That is the cos of pi by 2 minus theta is cos theta, cos of pi by 2 minus theta. Sin of pi by 2 minus theta is cos theta, cos of pi by 2 minus theta is sin theta. Now the next is sin of pi minus theta. Whenever there is a pi angle, the function remain as it is. Sin of pi minus theta is a sin theta. Cos of pi minus theta is minus cos theta. Tan of pi minus theta is a minus tan theta. Sin of pi plus theta is again minus sin theta. It goes in third quadrant, all in third quadrant. Sin and cos both are negative and tan is positive there. Now see this here. 2 pi minus theta, that comes in the quadrant, fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, cos is positive. Whenever the pi angle, the function remain as it is. And next is a 2 pi plus theta. It comes in again first quadrant, all are positive. And now we will start the exercise 3.2. Find the values of sin of 690. That 690 means what? 4 pi minus 30. Now 4 pi means 2 pi, again 4 pi. It is a minus 30 and it comes in the fourth quadrant. Now whenever there is a integral multiple of the pi, the function remains as it is. Therefore sine of 4 pi minus 30 is a sine 30, and it is in the fourth quadrant, it has minus sign. Next is sine of 495. Again it is written as 3 pi. Pi means what? 180. That is a 180. That is a 3 pi minus 45. Again see this. That is a 2 pi. And again one more pi. But minus 45. Again it comes in the second quadrant. Whenever there is a pi angle, the function remains as it is. Therefore sine remains sine. It is in the second quadrant. But sine is positive in the second quadrant. Therefore it is a sine of 45. But we know the value of sine 45 is 1 by root 2. Therefore, next, third, that is a cos of 315. Now it is again written as in this manner. That is a 2 pi means what? 360 minus 45. Again whenever there is a integral multiple of the 2 pi, the function remains as it is. Now it comes in which quadrant? 2 pi. That is 2 pi minus 45. It comes in the fourth quadrant, and cos is positive in the fourth quadrant, and therefore it is a cos of 45. And the value of cos of 45 is 1 by root 2. Therefore cos of 315 is equals to 1 upon root 2. First of all see the location of the angle, then decide it is a 2 pi or pi by 2, or integral multiple of the pi or pi by 2. Now the cos of 6, that is now here 3 pi, this is 2 pi, again one more pi and plus 60. It comes in third quadrant. In third quadrant cos is negative and function remains as it is because there is a 3 pi. That is a minus cos 60 and its value is a 1 upon 2. That is a cos of 600 is equals to minus 1 upon 2. Now next is a tan of 225. Again it is written as 180 plus 45, and again 180 means what? Pi. Whenever there is a pi angle, the function remains as it is. It comes in the third quadrant. In third quadrant tan is positive. Therefore tan of pi plus 45 is tan of 45. It comes in third quadrant. And what is the tan 45 is? I make small mistake there. I will change it now because tan in the third quadrant is positive. Therefore I am changing it. Tan of 225, that is equals to 1. Tan of minus 690. Now whenever there is a tan of minus theta is minus tan theta. Now the angle 690. Now see this 690 can be written as it is a 4 pi minus 30. 4 pi means what? 720. Now 4 pi, 2 pi. Again this is 4 pi minus 30. It comes in the fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant tan is negative, and now first negative and this second negative. That negative become positive, and the value of the tan 30 we know it is that is the 1 upon root 3. Now the next, sec of 240. And again it is written as 180 plus 60. It means that is a pi plus 60. The function remains as it is. It goes in third quadrant. In third quadrant cos is negative in the same way. Sec is also negative. Therefore it is a minus sec 60. And the value of sec 60 is 2. Therefore it is a minus 2. Therefore sec of 240 is equals to minus 2. Now the next value, eighth one, sec of minus 855, and again it absorbs the negative sign first of all because it is a reciprocal of the cos. Now we will split up 885 and it is written as 5 pi minus 45. 5 pi means what? 900. 900 minus 45. and there is integral multiple of the pi. It comes in which quadrant? That is a 2 pi, 4 pi, again 5 pi, and again minus. It comes in the second quadrant. In second quadrant, cos is negative. Therefore, minus sec of 45, and cos 45 is 1 by root 2. Therefore, sec 45 is root 2. Therefore, the final answer is minus root 2. Therefore, sec of minus 885 is equals to minus root 2. Now the next is cosec 780, that is equals to cosec 720 plus 60. 720 means what? 4 pi plus 60. Now 4 pi plus 60 comes in again the first quadrant. Therefore, it is a cosec 60. Now see this angle. See this, x-axis, y-axis, 2 pi, 4 pi and plus 60. It comes in the first quadrant, and cosec 60 is equals to 2 upon root 3, and the final answer, that is a cosec 780 is equals to 2 upon root 3. Next. Now the next is cot of minus 1110 Now see this, the angle is written in this manner, that is 6 pi plus 30. But before that, I had made small mistake is there, that is the angle is minus 1110 and it reflects the negative sign. Therefore, minus cot of 6 pi plus 30, function remain as it is because it is integral multiple of the pi. In the overall, it is a minus cot of 30. It comes in the first quadrant. That is why it's a minus root 3. Now next is prove that is a cos of pi plus x into cos of minus x upon sin of pi minus x and cos of pi by 2 plus x, that is equals to cot square x. Now see this, cos of pi plus x is it comes in the third quadrant. Cos of pi minus x, it absorbs the negative sign. Sin of pi minus x, it is a positive and it remains as it is. Cos of pi by 2 plus x, it comes in second quadrant. Cos of pi plus x, now see this here, it will be the minus cos x, it comes in third quadrant. Cos of pi plus x is minus cos x. Minus cos x, and cos absorb the negative sign. Therefore, it is a cos x. Cos sin of pi minus x, again it is remain as sin of x. It is in the second quadrant, and cos of pi by 2x, function changes because there is angle is pi by 2, integral multiple of the pi by 2. That is a cos of pi by 2 plus x will become sin of pi by 2, sin of x. I make mistake, I will change now just. That is a minus sin x because cos is negative in the second quadrant and angle is pi by 2, therefore it changes. And now overall it becomes minus cos square x upon minus sin square x, and it's the cot square x, which is the RHS. Hence LHS is equals to RHS. Therefore cos of pi plus x and cos of minus x upon sin of pi minus x into cos of pi by 2 plus x is equals to cot square x. Hence it is proved. Now next, cos of 3 pi by 2 plus x into cos of 2 pi plus x, and in bracket cot of 3 pi by 2 minus x plus cot of 2 pi plus x, and overall it is 1. Now the cos of 3 pi by 2 plus x function will change there. Cos of 2 pi plus remains as it is. Now next is the cot of 3 pi by 2 minus x function will change, and cot of 2 pi plus x function will remain as it is. Bracket complete. Now function will change. It goes in 3 pi by 2 plus x. It comes in fourth quadrant, and fourth quadrant cos of 3 pi by 2 plus 6 positive. Therefore cos becomes sine and it is a positive, because cos is positive and there is angle 3 pi by 2. Therefore function will change. Now next is 2 pi plus x. It comes in the first quadrant. Therefore 2 pi plus x is cos x. Now in square bracket. See this, cot of 3 pi by 2 minus x. It's a come in the third quadrant. In third quadrant, tan, cot both are positive and cot will become tan. And cot of 2 pi plus x, it will again come in the first quadrant and it will remain cot. Now see this, tan means what? Sine upon cos. Cot means what? Cos upon sine. Make the cross multiplication. That is sin x into cos x, bracket complete, sin square x plus cos square x. Upon sin x into cos x get cancelled, and overall you are getting the value is 1. Therefore, this is the RHS. Therefore, LHS is equals to RHS. And hence, the cos of 3 pi by 2 plus x cos of 2 pi plus x and cot of 3 pi by 2 minus x bracket complete plus cot of 2 pi plus x, that is equals to 1. Now the next is sec of 840 cot of minus 940 sine of 600 and tan of minus 690 is equals to 3 by 2. Now we will see the LHS. Now we'll see first of all the minus angles. Now the cot of minus theta is minus cot theta. Therefore we take minus 1 sine. And for the second one it is also minus. That's a minus sine 600 and tan of 690. Now we have changed their signs. Now find out the values. 840. That is written as 5 pi, means what? 900 minus 60. Next is 45 angle. That is a cot of 5 pi plus 45. And next is sine of 3 pi plus 3 pi plus 60 and tan of 4 pi minus 30. 4 pi means what? 720. 720 minus 30, then you will get 690. You remember the table of 18 only. It's sufficient for the multiplication of the angles. Now sec of 5 pi minus 60. Now it will come minus sec of 60. It is in the second quadrant. Cot of 5 pi plus 60. Now again it will come in the fourth quadrant. Therefore in fourth quadrant cot is positive. Next is sine of 3 pi plus 60. 3 pi plus 60, it will come in the again the third quadrant, and tan of 4 pi minus 30, it will come in the fourth quadrant. Therefore these are the values. Minus minus will become plus. Sec 60 into 1 minus sine 60 is root 3 by 2 and tan of 30 is 1 by root 3, and overall sec 6 is 2 minus 1 upon 2, and it is a 3 by 2. That is equals to RHS. Hence the LHS is equals to RHS. Now the next problem, that is a cosec 90 minus x, sine of 180 minus x, cot of 360 minus x, sec of 180 plus x, tan of 90 plus x, and sine of minus x is equals to 1. All these angles. Now that's very simple. Here again 90 minus x means what function will change. Second, sine of 180 minus x function remain as it is, means sine will remain as it is. We will give the sine according to the quadrant. Cot of 360 minus x as it is. Now sec of 90 minus x, cosec 90 minus x is in the first quadrant. Function will change. Cosec will become sec. Sine of 180 minus x, that is it comes in the second quadrant. Sine pi minus x, therefore sine of 180 minus x is sine x. And next is the cot of 360 minus x. Now it will come in the last quadrant, fourth quadrant, that is a minus cot x to the denominator, sec of 180 plus x, that is it comes in the third quadrant. In third quadrant sec cos is negative, therefore it is a minus cosec x, and tan of 90 plus x, it's minus cot of x because it is a 90 pi by 2 function change. Sine of minus x is minus sine x. Sine reflect the negative sign. In this way I had given the one trick to remember. Cos absorb the negative sign, sine reflect the negative sign, means sine of minus x is minus sine x. Now see this here, sec x into sine x into cot x, cosec x into cot x minus that. Overall that sign becomes plus because the numerator has negative and denominator has also negative, and that becomes the positive. Now sin x upon cos x, that is equals to tan x. Is there some mistake? Now we'll see what is the mistake. Yes, that is the sec of 180 plus x is minus sec x. It comes in the which quadrant? That is the third quadrant, and therefore its value is 1. Therefore sometimes there may be mistake, but I had corrected it. Now next is, here is also some minor mistake, but I had corrected afterward. That is a sec cube of pi plus x, sec square pi minus x into tan of 2 pi minus x, cos square pi by 2 plus x, sin of pi by 2 minus x, and cosec square minus x is equals to tan cube x. Now see this here, sin cube of pi plus x, sec square pi minus x, tan of 2 pi minus x, cos square pi by 2 plus x, sin of pi by 2 minus x, and cosec square of minus x. Now what is here? Pi plus x, that is minus and minus and minus, 3 times minus. Overall it becomes minus sin cube x, and the pi angle function remain as it is. Therefore it is a minus sin cube x. Now next is sec square pi minus x. It comes in second quadrant and 2 times minus. Therefore overall it becomes sec square x. Now tan of 2 pi minus x, it comes in the fourth quadrant, pi angle, function remains, therefore it is a minus tan pi. Now next, what is, that is a cos square pi by 2 plus x, it will become sin square x. Sin of pi minus x is sin x, and cos x square minus, that is a cos x square x, because again it is a sin of minus theta is minus sin theta, it absorbs the negative sign, it becomes cos x square x. Now here, that is a sin cube x upon sin cube x, 1 upon cos square x, sin square x upon 1 into tan x, and overall we are getting tan square x into tan x, that is equals to tan cube x, and that is equals to RHS. Therefore LHS is equals to RHS. Now next is cos theta plus sin of 270 plus theta minus sin of 270 minus theta plus cos of 180 plus theta, and that's equals to 0. Now cos theta as it is, sin of 270 plus theta minus sin of cos theta as it is. Now this will become 270 plus theta, that is a 3 pi by 2 plus theta, therefore function will change, and it comes in the fourth quadrant, minus cos. Sin of 270 minus theta, it comes in the third quadrant, sin will become cos, it is a minus cos because in third quadrant sin is negative, and cos of 180 plus theta, it again comes in the third quadrant, it's a pi angle, it remains cos. Now see this, all get cancelled, and overall you are getting its a value is 0. And in this way we have completed the exercise 3.2. If you have again the doubt, then ask me in the comment box. I try to solve so that all of you will understand this problem. Now we'll see in the next video. Till then, goodbye. In this way we have completed the exercise 3.2. I hope that you have understand all the problems. If you have any doubt, then write in the comment section. If you are new in this channel, then subscribe it and share it with your needy friends. Now we'll see in the next video. Till then, goodbye.